On me. And 3.
Welcome to Movie Life Crisis. Join us as we watch the best movies from 30 years ago.
Cable guy!
He'll juice you up.
You might want to put on a bathing suit, because you'll be channel surfing in no time.
He'll track you down.
Hey, buddy!
He shows up wherever I go. He won't leave me alone.
On June 14th. Once you're hooked,
He's gonna need some tough love.
you're his.
Don't do that. You're gonna get me killed.
Billy!
Jim Carrey, Matthew Broderick, the Cable Guy.
I'm just messing with you.
Rated PG-13. At theaters Friday, June 14th.
Cable Guy.
June 14th. I like when they put the date in there for the old TV spots.
That's important. I don't know why, but it is.
Cable Guy.
I haven't watched this, and I maybe have not watched this since it came out because I didn't own it in any kind of way, and I never really liked it all that much. So it's been a minute.
Yeah, it's been a minute for me too. Closer than you, but it's been a minute. I definitely own this because that's the only reason I saw it is because I was like, oh, Jim Carrey, Matthew Broderick. I like both of those guys. Let's get this one. But I didn't see it in the theater, so like, not in my top.
I rented it. I remember renting it because I was like, oh, the new Jim Carrey movie's out. Let's check this out. And I was like, what the hell? Which I think is what happened to a lot of people and is why the movie didn't make as much money because it opened. Yeah. It opened huge, like beat The Rock. And then people were like, I thought it was going to be funny. It wasn't funny. I'm not going to tell anybody about that.
You're telling me this is Paper?
Yeah.
Because Paper beats Rock every time.
Cable beats Rock. Yeah.
Cable beats Rock. Dude, it's a black comedy. There's not a lot of black comedies that do well. Dark humor is not what everybody likes always.
Well, yeah. Well, I was thinking, so I did my impression of the movie since it came out a million years ago and I didn't see it. I was like, oh, I think it just didn't do well because everybody thought it was going to be like another Ace Ventura. And then it was like a dark comedy. But I think it's like got a cult following. It's probably actually really good. It's probably like So I Married an Axe Murderer. And then I watched it and I was like, I don't give a shit about this movie. It's weird. There's nothing happening.
You thought it was going to be So I Married an Axe Murderer and it turns out it was Captain Ron.
It's a huge melon. It's like an orange and a toothpick.
Yeah, dude, I think you're actually right, though, when you were like, I think people thought it was going to be one thing and it ended up being a dark comedy. I thought the same thing. I was like, at least I remember him having a lisp and like, I remember the jokes. Maybe they're still funny. It just didn't hit like I wanted it to hit.
Which ones were the jokes? I didn't see any.
There was some in there.
There was a couple. But it like Ben Stiller directs, Matthew Broderick and Jim Carrey are the leads. Freaking Jack Black is in there. Janeane Garofalo is in there. Dude, David Cross is in there. Judd Apatow writes and produces this. He didn't get a writing credit, but how is it not funny?
Yeah.
How did those people, if you just had them over for dinner, I feel sure you would laugh until you peed yourself. How did this movie not get more comedy in it? I don't understand.
I think maybe they were trying to not be funny because they succeeded.
Yeah. Friggin' score. They nailed that one.
Nailed it.
Yeah, so this was an interesting experience to me because I haven't seen it in a really long time and it didn't match my perception. So yeah, I don't know. Give us a synopsis.
Synopsis. A lonely cable installer forces a friendship on a reluctant customer that won't take no for an answer.
Yeah. This is why Gen Z doesn't want to talk to anyone.
Dude, I saw a tweet the other day where somebody was like, yep, I clicked on the number for this restaurant and it pulled up FaceTime and I don't want to tell you how bad I don't want that to happen ever.
Yeah, never. Yeah, my wife will sometimes say to her colleagues, if they call her phone, she'll go, why did you call my texting machine?
Yes. Meanwhile, my kid gets on FaceTime with like 6 other people. The phone is laying on the desk, pointing straight at the ceiling. He's talking and playing games with the same people that he's talking to on the Xbox headset. And they're all just connected, using bandwidth that I could be stealing movies with.
Just just flushing bandwidth down the toilet. I don't understand why the youths will turn on FaceTime and then set the phone down and be across the room yelling at it. You know, there's a phone function that doesn't stream video for
Dude,
that.
there's so many things I don't understand. When they all take pictures of their feet in Mr. Horn's class to keep the Snapchat streak alive, I'm like, all right, just put your phone up. You're not
Spaghetti again? I'll be right back.
yeah. I don't get it.
$47 million budget, $101 million gross. So this thing just kind of barely, it's a 2x multiplier means it just kind of barely breaks even. But it ended up at number 19 on the year, at least domestically, right behind Jerry Maguire, which is a strong, I mean, that's just the strength of Jim Carrey in 96.
Yeah, that's what I was going to say. It's Jim Carrey. He's freaking carrying this.
Because we did Jim Carrey month in 1994 when he did Dumb and Dumber, The Mask, and Ace Ventura all in the same year, which is ludicrous to do that many like huge comedies in one year. And then 95, he does Ace Ventura 2. And then this is his like 96th release. But I guess, I mean, he has said, or maybe he hasn't said, but other people have said like this particular like dark and weird turn did give him like the cachet to be able to do stuff like Truman Show, which I do really like, or Eternal Sunshine, which is friggin' great.
Yeah.
So like
23 or whatever.
It works. Yeah, it works out. But at the time, everyone's like, this isn't the funny guy. This is weird.
Yeah. I did read that half of the $47 million went to Jim Carrey's
that sounds about right.
Salary. Yeah.
Yeah.
So he's carrying it. Dude, but again, I think it confused people. They got out there and they were like, cool, he's going to push himself out of a rhino's butt.
Right.
And then they get there and he's got a lisp and he's singing Jefferson Airplane. So it's weird. For awards, there was no major Oscar nominations for this one. But he did get an MTV Awards for Jim Carrey.
Nice.
Best Comedic Performance and Best Villain.
Yeah.
Is he the villain? He's the villain, right?
I guess. I mean,
villain's a strong word, I think.
I was going to say, I guess he's the antagonist. Like he drives the movie, but he's not supposed to be villainous. He's supposed to be like a sympathetic, like messed up weirdo who doesn't know personal space and who at the end kind of kidnaps people. He never tried to kill me though.
So like, he never tried to kidnap me. So like, when I was watching this the whole time, I was thinking, and I don't know why, I was thinking of Fight Club.
Yeah.
Is Fight Club a dark comedy? What is Fight Club? Like, I don't know why. Like, it had the same feeling for me. Like, it's got stuff that's supposed to be jokes, but they're like, I don't know. I don't know how to explain it. But the whole time I was like, oh, there's parts of Fight Club that I laughed at, but it's also weird and dark and talks about stuff people don't want to talk about.
Fight Club doesn't talk. If you look at the Fight Club description, it just says like 1999 American film by David Fincher. It doesn't say like a genre. But I mean, you know, like The West Wing is a dramatic 1 hour long series, but there's jokes in there. People do funny stuff. Like you can, like you don't have to be one thing or another. But I think if you say like the new film coming this summer from Jim Carrey and Ben Stiller, you go like, that's going to be hilarious.
Yeah,
like, oh,
written by Judd Apatow. What the? Featuring Jack Black. Oh my God.
I can see the Fight Club. It's a little, because it's dark, obviously, like it's dark tonally, and it's also a lot of it is nighttime shoots intentionally. Like the film is dark. It's also kind of a little maybe nihilistic, like Fight Club is. It's not as dark as Fight Club. It's also not nearly as good as Fight Club.
Yeah, I can't wait to do that one. We probably shouldn't talk about it. That's the first rule.
The first rule.
And
we got 3 years. 3 more years of not talking about it until we're forced to talk about it for the podcast. Would you release the Fight Club episode in 2029? That's just 1 hour of blank silence. Just play the intro, an hour of dead air, and then play the outro.
How many people would sit through and actually listen just to see if we say anything?
No one. Everyone would get really mad, and like 3 people would get the joke, and 2 of them would be us.
Oh man, totally should do that.
Yeah. No sequels, no spinoffs. Although a couple, like I think Jim Carrey has said this is one of his favorite roles and one of his favorite movies, and he thinks that like Ben Stiller did a great job. But nobody said like we should do another one of those.
Well, nobody wants to lose money.
No,
and they barely made their money back. Do you remember where you saw this first? Like
I
you
rented
rented
it.
it? Yeah.
Yeah, I remember. I don't remember where I rented it from. We were a Blockbuster family. We had that Blockbuster money. We weren't doing that alfalfa shit or going into Albertsons. Put it in my plastic bag. We were in
Oh,
Blockbuster
dude.
making it rain. 50, 100.
Let me guess. You guys got snacks at Blockbuster too, like buying your snacks from Sky Mall. Just, I need that sharper image, Mike and Ike's. I can't go with regular.
I gotta get the Brookstone popcorn. I don't remember where. I don't think we were big. I think we had snacks at home. I think it was one of those. We already have popcorn at the house. I was like, not the Boy Scout popcorn. I want the good shit. But
dude, speaking of which, if you don't get a Whirly Pop, you should ask your people for that for like one of your presents. I'm telling you, it's the best thing ever.
is it just one of the air popper things?
No, it's the kind that like sits on the stove and you got to crank the handle and it spins around and it makes it taste. I use that and some Flavacol, and dude, it tastes like the movies. It's great.
But I've seen these before because it has the little metal arms at the bottom that just like
right that spins just like the ones at the movie.
But when I do it on the stovetop with the cast iron, I just put oil in there and then I just shake it back
jiggle
and forth.
it.
I just shake it like a Polaroid picture, and that works fine too.
What do you put? What kind of oil are you using?
I think I use canola oil usually.
I'm going to send
done
you
it in a while.
I'm going to send you some links to some good stuff.
All right, great. I can hear my
really
arteries clogging right now.
No, it's actually coconut oil. Dude, it's great. You're gonna love it. You're gonna love it.
Grease it for the exit run. That's fine. Yeah. So I rented it at Blockbuster because my brother would not have been able to watch this.
Yeah,
and that's all I remember about that. How about you?
I bought it. Yeah, I bought it at the 550 bin or something like that with big.
Speaking of making it rain.
That's different though, right? I own it forever. I don't have to bring it back in 23 hours.
Yeah. So I paid $350 to rent it and I watched it one time, and you paid $550 to own it and you watched it one time.
I watched it twice. Oh man, did I come out big on that deal?
You pulled ahead just last week on the per unit pricing.
Yeah, just barely pulled ahead. So where'd you rate it? 1 to 10, no 7s.
Yeah, I was thinking. I feel like I give a lot of movies like a 6, like 6.5, and I was like, I'm giving this a 5.5. I don't think it's there. I don't think it made a 6.
Yeah,
there was not one memorable line or joke or. I mean, there's stuff that I remembered, but there's not one where it's like, oh yeah, I say that sometimes. Or like, oh, I remember people that's been parodied in pop culture. Like sometimes my friends and I will reference none of this. You can delete this from my life, and I wouldn't miss it at all.
Yeah, that's definitely a thing. Every time people were like, "What's your next movie you're doing?" I'm like, "Oh, I'm doing the Cable Guy," and every single one of them was like, "Cable Guy," and that's the only thing they say.
That's it. To be honest, I think my favorite part of the entire movie is when they go to medieval times and Janeane Garofalo is their server because she's so over it, and I thought that was fantastic.
She's so good at that too.
Yeah. Like,
wait, they didn't have forks, but they have Pepsi. Come on, dude, I got to run tables.
If I had to tell people to watch one bit of this movie, it would be that. Just watch the Janeane Garofalo. I mean, the fight scene was fine too, but
yeah the Star Trek thing.
So I gave it a 5.5.
Dude, I gave it a 6 because I'm not going to say I'll never watch it again. But I'm going to have to be forced. Somebody else is going to be watching it in the room that I'm in. I don't think I'll ever pull it up and watch it again.
Yeah.
I see what they were trying to do, but man, it didn't work for me. I don't know why.
I was trying to think about that too. Because, I mean, I'm like, you have a 13-year-old and an 8-year-old. I have a 4-year-old. So I'm thinking like, man, when like, I'm already showing my kids some stuff. Like I got them to watch Mulan this weekend, which is friggin', I've been playing the songs for him to get him just to like hook him.
Yeah.
Drug dealer. And then we watched the movie, but he's too young to get the humor, even though it's G-rated. He doesn't think Mushu is hilarious. He's just like, when's the next song? I was like, just hang on a second. But I'm thinking like, dude, I can't wait to show Wolf all these movies. I'll never show him this. He doesn't need it.
That's the thing. Like, if Jake's like, well, I want to see it. If this is Jim Carrey, I like Jim Carrey. Yeah, dude, this isn't like Ace Ventura, though. It's more like his serious roles like Truman Show. Oh, I like that too. Let's watch it. And then we're going to watch it and he's going to be sad.
Yeah.
So, yeah.
Yeah, man.
Know. I mean, this one's better than The Mask or no?
That's a good question. I feel like I liked The Mask better, but I'd have to go back and look at my ratings because I remember we watched Dumb and Dumber, of course, still a 10 out of 10. And Ace Ventura was way funnier than I thought it was going to be on a rewatch. It was like in the nines. And The Mask, I was like, I could probably, that's the worst of the bunch by a mile.
Right.
But I don't know if it was this worst.
Yeah. I don't know. I like when movies have a darker tone, and I'm cool with him not being funny. But it just, dude, it wasn't funny and it wasn't dark enough. I don't know. Like, I don't know how to, like, it tried to do both, I think. And that's why I didn't like it.
I'm not sure where they lost the plot either, because they said the original script was much lighter and like slapstickier. And I'm like, why? That seems like that could have worked.
Yeah.
Like because it's like, I don't know, I have a problem because the movies they were saying they were trying to be like were like the psychological thrillers. I'm like, those aren't like a comedy frontman with a lisp, like being like overacting. Like that's like,
yeah.
Those movies, the protagonist or whoever, the bad guy, the antagonist, is freaking terrifying.
Right. That's what I'm saying. Like, I think they were trying to do both.
Or like,
not that funny people can't be scary.
Right. Well, Judd Apatow said it was going to be kind of like a What About Bob? I was like, What About Bob? Perfect example. Friggin', he's hilarious in that movie.
Yeah.
He's like creepy, but funny creepy.
Yeah.
Not scary creepy. Not like hurling himself at your door, kidnapping your girlfriend creepy.
Right. And also like that whole bit where he has the contacts in and it's why they even throw that in there? What the hell was that? I wasn't paying attention for his bit. And I looked up and I was like, what the hell's going on? I forgot about that. So yeah, dude, I don't know. I just felt like it was trying to do both and it didn't hit either of them perfectly.
Yeah, I kind of think so too. And I saw Ben Stiller said they shot multiple versions of each scene. And he said they shot like the light version and the dark version. And he's like, and the studio kind of always was okay with the dark version. So that's the one we went with. I was like, man, I'd like to see the light version cut. Are there alternate?
Let's get a director's cut of nothing but the light version, where it's all him dunking and breaking the backboard and stuff like that.
And skinny Jack Black is in there.
Freaking Elliot Richards spitting glass at your ass.
What's your first scene?
Dude, the medieval times part. That dude.
Me too.
Like the Janeane Garofalo part, then he shows up and starts fighting like the Star Trek and like it's got the Amok time like song that he's like
he's like doing he's doing his own soundtrack like Crunk.
And then dude, I hate me some Andy Dick, but he was great in this, like as the king or the lord or whoever was hosting the whole thing. When he's like rushing him onto the horse, is like, get on the horse, man, hurry up. I don't think he's joking. Like he was, and how he's like mouthing the words of what the guy's saying, and what Andy Dick is saying, how Jim Carrey's mouthing it. Like all of that, that's the part that I like the best out of all of them.
That Janeane Garofalo was great. She cracked me up in like 30 seconds of screen time. All of the medieval people, like, Andy Dick did a great job. And like the freaking Star Trek, like fight scene, that shit was all like they're wearing like spray painted Burger King paper crowns that say medieval times.
Dude, medieval times is actually kind of fun.
I was trying to remember if I've ever been. I don't think I have.
I mean, it's been a while since I've been. I was like 11, but I remember liking it. But I liked a lot of things when I was 11 that I don't now. So, what's your first? Well, you had medieval times thing down for you too.
Yeah, my first one was also medieval times. That that was one of the scenes that I remembered, and I was like, this has got a lot of parts that I like.
Yeah.
And then my second one is the answer machine. He comes home from out doing something. It's like 11 new messages, and it's like one of them is from his parents, and one's from one of his buddies, and it's 9 from Chip, the cable guy, and it's dude. It's the only reason I liked it. Number one, it shows how creepy, and he's getting, and number two, it reminds me of the all-time best answer machine scene ever committed to film,
Swingers,
which will be later this year.
Dude, that's what I thought of when he was listening to it. I thought of Swingers and I thought of Office Space. Those two, where he's just like flipping through all of them. I just washing my hair. I thought maybe you called. I thought I heard the phone ring. Maybe not. All right, bye.
He's like, man, we're really playing phone tag. Call me back later.
I got a G. Bobby left me a G.
I got the 6 too close. I can't shoot me the one in there now.
You got to have number rhythm. It's ba 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 ba. Oh man, freaking yes, I like that part too because I actually chuckled. Let me rephrase that. I didn't laugh, but I breathed hard out of my nose.
Yeah.
When I heard that part about him washing his hair and maybe hearing. Yeah. My second one was when they go to the basketball game.
Yeah.
Only for the part where he walks in, he's like, "Y'all need another one? I'm ready to play. I didn't know y'all played here." He's like, "I don't want to pull a hammy," and he warms up, and he just takes off running and starts doing suicides.
He's like wearing like a friggin' wrestling singlet and Converses and like a headband, and it's all so tight. And if you played ball in the '90s, as Jeff and I did, shit was not tight back then. You were wearing Allen Iverson shorts that went down to your ankles.
Everything was like Jinko jean shorts that that were made of.
And dude, he's sprinting up and down the gym, and his Converses are squeaking. That part was great. I forgot about that.
And he puts the mouthpiece in. Here's the problem, though. And I wanted to laugh, and I may have later in the part where they're playing, had I not just seen a clip of Along Came Polly when Philip Seymour Hoffman is like, "Rainbow, make it rain," and he's like, "T, my lungs are burning." That was so funny that this basketball game was less funny. But there was, dude, who did I see? Wait, I wrote it down. There was somebody at the basketball game that, wait for it. Oh, Joel Murray. Bill Murray's brother, Joel Murray, was one of the basketball players.
Yep.
And I was like, oh, snap. I recognize that guy. He didn't have any lines, just running around playing basketball. So that dude, he is an idiot and over the top with all the things. And how it switches from goofy to scary in just a few seconds. Shows how crazy this movie is.
Yeah, man. Tonally, it was really inconsistent for me, and I don't think they could decide if they wanted to be funny or scary, and they kept trying to do both, and I don't think you can do both, really.
Yeah. I mean, they tried, though.
Funny or scary.
They tried, though, man.
Yeah. And I do think we learned like from other movies later that Jim Carrey can just be not funny at all and just be dark and weird as shit. And it totally works. But maybe at this point in time, people don't know that.
Yeah, I don't think the people that showed up that first week, they didn't know because they were like, hell yeah, this is going to be a Jim Carrey movie. It's going to be hilarious. And then turns out, no.
Not so much. My third one is the satellite dish. The first time, like Jim Carrey's, like he's the cable guy, and friggin' Matthew Broderick is the straight man. He's Jack Black. His friend's like, dude, if you give him $50, he'll give you all the movie channels. And so like Matthew Broderick's just like awkward guy. And he's like, dude, he's hey man, he's like, have you ever heard of this thing where it's like you give somebody money and like they give him movie channels, and Jim Carrey's all up in his face, you offer me a bribe, that's a felony, that has minimum whatever. And Jim Carrey's like, just like keep playing with you should see your face right now. And then Jim Carrey's like, so we're best friends now, get in the van. And and Matthew Broderick just is like, all right, well, sure, I guess. But they go out to the giant satellite dish, but they're like laying in the satellite dish looking up at the stars talking, and that part of the movie, for whatever reason, I really liked.
Yeah, that's because it's awesome.
They're like getting to know each other. They're talking about their childhood. It's like beautiful.
One of my quotes is from that part because I think it's fantastic. Dude, I'm totally with you. But see, that was not creepy or funny.
No.
So they're doing a third thing there.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? Like it feels
regular drama.
Yeah. It feels too all over the place. My third one, to prove that they were trying to be funny, was when they played the password game.
Yeah.
And it was all just, it's super hypersexualized and deeply uncomfortable. And it's a nightmare for him because it's all like,
it was porno password.
Right.
Horrible.
And the fact that like he gets all upset and then he punches him and then everybody gets mad at him and Chip's turning everybody against him just shows like, man, that switched from being goofy and making him say penis all the way to now everybody's mad at him and he's going to end up losing his job and stuff like that. Like all of that. Dude, This is a weird movie.
It's super weird. The crazy thing is that scene, I mean, the casting is crazy how good it is. Like Matthew Broderick is the straight guy. Jim Carrey's the lead. Leslie Mann is his romantic, ex-fiance he's trying to get back together with.
Right.
Jack Black is his best friend.
Yeah.
George Siegel is his dad from friggin' Just Shoot Me. I love that guy.
Yeah. And
from,
Goldberg's,
And Look Who's Talking.
Yeah.
And Janeane Garofalo, Andy Dick, David Cross, Owen Wilson. Who was his freaking brother?
Bob Odenkirk.
Bob Odenkirk's his brother.
Did you see the guy who picked up the book at the end? That was Kyle Gass from Tenacious D.
Yeah, from Tenacious D.
Dude, the Odenkirk's wife, that's the chick, I'm convinced. I'm gonna pull it up. That's the chick from Dinner and a Movie, or what was the show on TBS where they would teach you how to cook stuff? Is that her? Hold on, let me pull it up.
No, hang on.
Dude, I'm like convinced. I want to say her name was Anna or something. Hang on.
Bob Odenkirk's wife is named Naomi.
No. The wife in the movie. Broderick's Matthew Broderick's brother's wife.
Annabelle Gurwitch.
There she is.
Dinner in a Movie. Most recognizable for
Dinner in a Movie.
Yeah.
I knew that was her. Some face she made at that party, I was just like, oh man, I recognize her. Dude, I used to love Dinner in a Movie.
I was going to say, I used to love that TV show, and that seems like that's such an artifact that I would have a hard time explaining it to a kid now. Like, so you'd watch a movie, like, yeah, like, could you rent it? Like, no, it'd be on TV. But then during the commercials, instead of running regular commercials, they would do regular commercials, but then they would talk to you about how to make, like, chicken piccata. Like, what? How did that work?
Oh, man. I like that. And it was always like a drink and a meal that went with the movie.
Yeah.
They need to bring that back. What are we doing?
Also, speaking of the cast, did you catch who was Jim Carrey's character's mom in the flashback scenes? They never showed her face. You only heard her voice.
Oh, I heard it. Yeah, it was the red-haired chick.
Yeah, Kathy Griffin.
Yeah, I heard it when she was telling him, that's why mommy's going out.
Yeah, to get you a little brother. Super weird.
Yeah, that scene reminded me. There used to be a show on, speaking of Just Shoot Me, who was the tall, dark-haired lady that was always talking about being hot on that? Remember that chick? The older lady that worked there?
Giacomo, but
not her, the other one. She was in a show where in the very beginning, it was on HBO, and it was one of those ones where it's like, all right, I'm going to put MTV on this channel, and then I'm going to jump to HBO so I can be able to skip back in case my parents walk out. And I'm going to watch this show because they show boobs every once in a while.
Her name is Wendy Malick.
And she's in the show too, and it's about a kid who gets raised by TV. So the whole time he's going through his life, he's remembering old TV scenes. God, oh man.
Is it man?
Oh crap. That's crazy.
Dude, I'm not.
That's what it reminded me of when that kid was just
in Jimmy Neutron.
No, dude, this was like early 90s, I think.
Let's see, Just Shoot Me. Dude, another stuff that I'm seeing in the early 90s would have been that.
God,
I don't know. Freaking MacGyver and Dynasty and
no, not that.
All kind of shit. Dream On.
Dream On. That's the one.
So, dude, Dream On.
When did that come on?
90 to 96. But the amazing thing about Dream On is that it's created by Marta Kaufman and David Crane, who are two of the people who went on to create Friends.
Yeah. Oh my gosh.
That was the deepest, dumbest rabbit hole dive we've ever done. And we've done some pretty deep, dumb ones.
She's in that show though, right? Yeah,
she is.
Oh man. Golly, that's crazy. I'm going to download that show because I remember there being boobs and I remember it being funny. I'm getting it.
I think it was on a network. I can't imagine there were boobs on that.
No, it was on HBO. I totally remembered and they would always jump back to like old black and white things.
They did. Oh yeah, it was on HBO. You're right.
Dude, it definitely was. I for some reason would always remember the names of the shows that had boobs on them that I could watch in the middle
Well,
of the
see,
night.
we never had HBO. We didn't roll like that, so I did not.
Y'all had Blockbuster money, but y'all
We had
didn't have
that Blockbuster
HBO money.
We didn't have the HBO money. We were talking about Jim Carrey was saying one of the reasons why he likes this movie is that like we were kind of all raised by TV, and so the flashback is like Kathy Griffin is his mom, and she's literally he's like 8, and she's like, "You just hang out here, just have fun with the babysitter," and the babysitter is the television,
TV,
and it's funny because I was just talking to my wife about this a couple days ago. I wasn't like my parents didn't go out like clubbing and leave us with the TV on, but they did during the summer. Just like I would be like 12 and my brother would be like 8, and they would just let us get on our bikes or get in the golf cart and go to the country club and go to swim practice, and then just freaking push each other in the pool and order sandwiches. And like it was, we left at breakfast time and they were just like, "See you when it's dark." Like they had no idea.
Dude, and my sister and I talk about that all the time. We'd get on our bikes and ride over to the Hammond Square Mall.
Yeah.
And then we would just leave our bikes outside of the mall and go in there to Corn Dog 7 and get an icy and walk around and enjoy the Hammond Square Mall. And then we would be back like 6 hours later. And my mom's like, "You can't be in here. I'm watching tennis." Like Boris Becker's about to beat Yvonne Lendl. You can't be in here.
And the wildest thing about that is that like my parents, like they didn't have to do that. Wasn't a secret. That's what everyone did. Like, if they didn't even ask. So like, "Do you guys go to country club today?" We're like, "Yeah." I'm like, I could have been in the woods lighting fires and like throwing glass bottles at my buddies. We did do that sometimes. They didn't know. They didn't
I was just about to say that sounded way too specific.
No, that wasn't a hypothetical. That was a thing that we did. But my friends now that have kids in that age range are like, "Oh, we got to book summer camp shit that every day they got to go to an activity." I'm like, "What about just go outside, see when it's dark?" Like we don't do that anymore.
Just go outside and come back in when the street lights come on.
Like, there's going to be so many less unexplained fires in your neighborhood with the way you're doing it than the way that we did it.
Yeah.
Let's do quotes. My first one is "Cable Guy."
Yeah, I didn't put that because I knew you were gonna.
Well, only because that would be like if we do Terminator, I'm going to put "I'll be back" in there because everyone knows. Like you said, everybody told you were doing this movie. They said "Cable Guy."
Right.
So I threw that in there.
The one I picked is from when they were in the satellite dish, and he's standing there and he's trying to explain why it's so cool. And the reason I picked it is because this is 1996, and he is pretty prophetic with how he does all the things. He's like, "The future is now. Soon every American home will integrate their television, phone, and computer. You can do your shopping at home or play Mortal Kombat with a friend in Vietnam. There's no end to the possibilities." I think that's cool that he was whoever wrote this.
The writer is Lou Holtz Jr.
Lou Holtz Jr. Not
who's
that
the
Lou
son
Holtz.
of a very famous, not that Lou Holtz. Not the Lou Holtz that you think of.
Lou Holtz, I can't believe it. I just need some dentures that fit my mouth.
It's not Lou Holtz, the football coach. Lou Holtz, the vaudeville actor. But yeah,
Yes.
Lou Holtz Jr. wrote the script, and then he rewrote it a whole bunch of times, and then Judd Apatow rewrote it a bunch of times, and then Judd Apatow sued the Writers Guild to try to get a writing credit and lost. But he did get the producer credit. But yeah, totally nailed that, which is exactly how it is now.
Exactly how it is. Yeah. What's your second one?
My second one is the password is nipple. They're playing friggin' porno password. He's got Matthew Broderick partnering up with his mom. He has to say the
on
word
purpose,
to try to have her guess the body parts. And his whole family's like, "Come on, she's a grown woman. It's fine." And he's like, "I don't want to do this. I hate this."
He's like, center. And dude, the dad is dying laughing, and he's just like, "I would have said schlong." That would be so
love George
uncomfortable.
Siegel.
Yeah, he is great. My second one is I learned the facts of life from watching The Facts of Life. Because he was raised by TV, man. That's how he got all these things.
Didn't Leonardo DiCaprio start on Facts of Life?
No, I think that was Family Ties.
Oh, Family Ties.
But hey, you take the good, you take the bad, you take them all.
You take a ball, and then you have.
So what's your third one?
My third one is one we've already said, which is Janeane Garofalo's Deadpan. There were no utensils in medieval times, hence there are no utensils at medieval times.
Yeah, that was mine.
They have Pepsi, but they don't have utensils?
That's my quote. Is
Give me
the
a break.
second part, the part that Matthew Broderick's like, wait a second, they don't have forks, but they have Pepsi. Come on, dude. God, Janeane Garofalo is awesome.
She is. Speaking of the cable guy thing, I actually did that at one point in the late 90s, early 2000s, late 90s. I was living in Mobile for a summer and I had the cable guy come and hook up my cable. And I was like, hey, man, can I give you some cash? And then you can like do the thing where I get the movie channels. And he was like, yeah, I don't care. I was like, sweet, here you go. And it was like 40 bucks and he just friggin' hooked it up.
I always went with we paid for it, or I just stole them from the internet, which is not the right way.
In the late 90s, you could not
you're not stealing it then.
TV shows. Like it took one entire night when I was at LSU to download via an FTP server the one Pearl Jam song on a freaking dial-up phone line. So for 14 hours, no one could call the house. I was downloading. At the end of it, I had one song.
And it turns out it wasn't even the right one. Somebody mislabeled it, and it was something else.
It was actually Dave Matthews Band.
Oh my God, Let's Get It On by Al Green. I think this is going to be, wait a second. Dude, when was the time frame where Kyle had the card for the satellite dish that unscrambled everything? So it was like, hey, yeah, we just leave this channel on. It plays Varsity Blues over and over. Just all day, all night, just over and over.
That must have been around.
That's
the
like
same
when he's
time,
at Will's house.
Yeah, that was like the same, like 99, 2000, 2001. Because I was in Montana at that time in college, and because it was an engineering school, I had a bunch of buddies who could do that, and like they bought the freaking thing that would, because the satellite cards look like credit cards,
right?
And you would like chunk it in there, and he could reprogram it to be like, give me all the free stuff. And so everybody on the football team had, you give him like $20, and he would just program your card. And you would sign up for DirecTV. It's like, dude, you sign up for DirecTV, get the $39 package, put the dish up, and then you can just cancel it, and then just use the card and you get everything for free.
Done and done.
I was like, sweet.
That was when everything was easier.
Yeah. And then streaming killed cable TV, and then streaming became cable TV. And people were like, we could just do this illegally if you're going to charge us that much money.
Yeah. God, Jake was wondering why there's commercials. He's like, I don't understand. Don't we pay for YouTube TV? I was like, yeah, we do. Well, why are they showing us commercials? I was like, because they need more money. He's like, I don't like any of this. I was like, all right, well, don't get angry. You're only 13. Calm down.
Dude, we were like 25 before there was even a world where you could possibly not have commercials. Like these kids are freaking soft as it gets. Let's do characters.
Dude, fast forwarding through commercials is so much fun. It makes me feel like I'm stealing it. My first character is Matthew Broderick.
Yeah. He's a perfect straight man.
He kills it. I like how he's not he's innocent and he doesn't do all the things, and he plays the victim perfectly, but like I feel like he's still I think he's not the best dude ever. You know what I'm saying? Like, I think there's a reason that Leslie Mann left him.
Yeah.
Not just because he asked her to marry him.
Yeah, man. I like his, this is such an easy role for an actor of his caliber, because it's just the straight guy who's reacting to the situations that people are putting him in, but he's perfect for it.
Yeah, it's Ferris Bueller. It's easy. It's easy for him.
He's my first one. My second one is Jack Black.
You skipped over Jim Carrey for real? You put him third?
I put him
you
third.
Didn't even put him. Did you?
I put him third. I don't like anything that he's doing, but I don't blame him for that. And they couldn't have probably made the movie without him. They offered it to Chris Farley. Farley couldn't do it. They offered it to Sandler. Sandler couldn't do it, thankfully. Yeah. And so like this movie wouldn't exist in this form without Jim Carrey, because he played a big role with Ben Stiller and with Judd Apatow of creating all the like scenes and set pieces and figuring out the characterization and shaping the story. So I didn't like it that much, but like I have to give him credit.
So do you think we have Eternal Sunshine or Truman Show or Man on the Moon or any of those darker roles if we don't have this one?
Yeah, I mean, I think those are really valid questions. Like that's if I had to sit through this, which I didn't hate, I just didn't think it was that good to be able to get Truman Show and friggin' Eternal Sunshine, totally worth it.
Yeah,
happy to pay that price.
Awesome. Yeah. What do you think about his lisp? Did you like his lisp? I thought the lisp was good.
I mean, he did a good job, but why?
Yeah, that's what I meant.
What was the point of even? Like that's a really distracting character choice to not really.
What about when it goes away and then he gets hit again and it comes back?
To not really play a big part in the story.
Yeah.
Oh man. Yeah. But I really liked Jack Black in this.
Oh yeah, he did good.
I had him there. Who's your other character?
No, Jack Black's my other character too. I like how he's super shallow, but sees right through Chip's facade right away, and he's just like, "No way, buddy. This guy's trash. I can tell." And my three sons.
Jack Black has been in other stuff because like he had tiny parts in Demolition Man and in Waterworld, both of which we did.
Yeah,
but like we don't. He's just like does bit parts. Like he's in The Fan, he's in Mars Attacks, he's in freaking Enemy of the State. But like we're just waiting for him to get to High Fidelity. That's when Jack Black starts to happen.
I think he in what's the one with Gene Hackman and Will Smith?
Yeah, Enemy of the State.
Enemy of the State. Yeah, you said that. Yeah, that's a good one. What's the one with Jason Biggs and
Saving Silverman? Steve Zahn.
Saving Silverman.
2001.
We're never gonna make it.
2001, Saving Silverman, Shallow Hal. 2002, Orange County.
Oh, nice.
School of Rock, 2003. Like but it doesn't like Jack Black he's not Jack Black until we get to High Fidelity, and then he's the most Jack Black that he ever is.
Yeah, fucking sock your nose.
It's a cosplay sweater.
Sub question: do you even know your daughter? Yeah, I can't wait for
Writer
that.
director. We said Ben Stiller directs.
Yeah.
Judd Apatow, when he was producing this, wanted to direct, and the studio was like, "No, I think we're good." But like, you worked with Ben Stiller, why don't you have him direct? And he was like, "Sure, that's fine."
Yeah.
He dude, I like Ben Stiller.
I think he did a good job directing this. I just don't think what he was trying to go for is what everybody wanted. What's the one?
No,
Reality Bites is the one that he directed.
Reality Bites.
Yeah.
But dude, I think that's what I was going to say. I like Ben Stiller because his movies are like pretty kind of broad comedy, like Something About Mary, Zoolander, Meet the Parents. Right. They're doing another freaking Meet the Parents like this year.
Are they?
I think so.
What's the one with Jenna Elfman where he's a rabbi?
Yes.
When's that one? When is that one?
That's
Keeping the Faith.
Keeping the Faith.
Oh man, what a freaking jam! That movie's it's probably got such crap reviews.
That's in 2000, so we'll do that with High Fidelity.
I'm looking up what the reviews are on that.
I don't think it's great, but
69%.
But yeah, man, I like. So his movies where he stars are pretty broad comedy, like 4-quadrant comedy. But the stuff that he directs, including the Ben Stiller show, is I think really. It's a lot more experimental, and I like that when he has more creative control, like just takes chances and does weird shit. I think more people should do that.
Yeah,
and sometimes you might get one of these where it's like that fucking thing was weird, but like who cares?
But sometimes you get a Zoolander or you get a
Tropic Thunder.
What do you mean, you people? That friggin' movie that he killed it on that.
Right. So like, just take some chances, man. I think that's awesome.
Yeah, I agree.
And written by Lou Holtz, not that Lou Holtz, and then also written but uncredited Judd Apatow, who's one of the producers, wrote a couple. At one point, Lou Holtz was like, "This movie's too weird for me. Just freaking do whatever you want. I'm going to be in my trailer." And then Judd
so it's going to be a buddy comedy that's like a stalker thriller that's like Cape Fear. I'm sorry, what now? Yeah. I'm not doing that.
Well, this Lou Holtz, when he wrote the script, there was like a bidding war for it. They paid like $500,000, $750,000. So Columbia wins the bid at $750,000, and they gave him a $250,000 bonus if the movie got made. So he gets $1 million for the script. But then Ben Stiller and Jim Carrey,
about Lou Holtz,
right? And Judd
took his $1 million and went home.
Well, I'm just thinking like they paid him $1 million for a script, and they just kept making him rewrite it, and they kept making it darker. And I just keep thinking like if that was me, and the money was already in my account, and they're like, "Would you do that work again one more time?" I'd be like, "You know what? You just take it from here. I'm going on vacation."
Yeah. Oh man.
But yeah,
Could have done better.
That's the writer. That's the writer and the director. You got anybody else?
No.
What about the freaking? I can't believe you don't have anything about the AV setup at his house with the karaoke machine and the THX.
It was old and shitty. The only thing I wrote down is that the video where they were all singing was definitely those same Laserdisc videos that they use at Cat's Meow. Because it was the same font and the same type of background. I like the karaoke scene version too, when he's singing the thing, because he's like
Jefferson Airplane.
Yeah, he's like shaking his neck and doing the thing.
That his performance of that Jefferson Airplane song also made it on the soundtrack.
Did it really? Nice.
This could be the earliest appearance of karaoke in any like American film. 'Cause I feel like it was pretty under the radar in like 96.
Yeah, I don't think a lot of people were doing karaoke, but maybe. I don't know. 96, I was so young. I wasn't going to clubs and going to bars where they had karaoke.
You're going to bars like the Brown Door where your feet stuck to the ground. All right, dude, let's do the worst unless you got any more good.
I don't. By the way, karaoke gained popularity in the U.S. in the mid-1980s.
Hey.
Mainstream growth throughout the 90s. So
I was going to say, I think I missed a good bit of that.
Yeah, we did. We were throwing bottles at each other and lighting things on fire in the forests. I mean, we were at the club.
At the library.
Yeah, dude, I just wrote that the slapstick gags were kind of crappy. And that I don't like his psychopath also trying to be funny. That Whiplash was brutal, trying to go from one tone to the next.
The weird thing to me, it's not worse really, but I was looking at old tech, our category for old tech.
Yeah.
Every piece of technology in this movie is gone except cable. There's still freaking cable everywhere, and you can still plug it in to the router and get internet. Like, how did that shit survive? It's so crazy.
I don't know. Do they have analog? He had rabbit ears when he was waiting for the cable guy. So like that's not. That's a thing, but it's not a thing.
They still broadcast over the air news, but it's all digital now. The rabbit ears now are digital antennas. But you can still, like in a city like Nashville, I had one a few years ago. Like I friggin' plug it into my TV and I get the news, but it's digital. It's not analog.
What about how they kept going back to the Ben Stiller in court that he killed his twin?
Yeah,
that whole courtroom culture that was really big in the 90s too.
Yeah, thanks to OJ. I didn't understand the point of that.
Why they kept doing it? Just because of Ben Stiller? Is that the only reason?
I think it was supposed to be a meta commentary on how addicted everyone was to TV, because at the very end he falls on the satellite and the TV goes out, and then there's like cuts to everybody. It's like, what? We're about to get the verdict. I was watching that
and I'm reading the book.
But it's a really long setup for not that much payoff to me.
Yeah, agreed. But I didn't have any other. I don't make fun of people with lisps.
Right.
Political correctness. I don't know.
They really didn't make fun of the list. I thought they did a pretty good job of that.
Yeah. And he gave him the tape. Lose your lisp in 30 days.
All right. Do 5 questions.
Okay.
Is it okay for kids?
Dude, it's kind of stocky, isn't it? I would say it's PG-13. I think that's probably a little, maybe 11 or 12, but I'd say probably keep it at 13. I would let Jake watch it, although he wouldn't like it.
Yeah.
But we watched it and also didn't like it.
I was going to say, I don't think it's creepy. It's not like scary. It's just weird.
Yeah, it's just weird. So would it get made if it was pitched now?
I think it would, honestly. I think because it's not an expensive movie to make, and you could put anybody into it, and nobody's expecting it to be great. It seems like a perfect thing to reboot because no one gives a shit.
What's the A24 company where it's like they do those weird like psychological thrillers about friggin' parasocial relationships. I think that would be great from A24.
Yeah, this wouldn't be a cable guy. This would be like someone who like fake runs into someone they know from TikTok or YouTube, and then just crams into their life that way. It's like, you don't know me, get away.
I don't like that. That makes me feel uncomfortable. I don't want any part of that.
Yeah, sounds like a good movie though. They should do that.
Now that all my students are like, Mr. Horn, you were on TikTok.
Yeah. Yeah.
So it's got to be a movie though, right? Not a TV show.
I think so.
Yeah. Did you recast it?
No, I couldn't think. Did you come up with anybody?
I did. I think Bill Hader could play Chip. I think he could play.
Good. I think you'd want to cast somebody younger if you wanted to make it about social media, but Bill Hader could for sure do this.
I think that's the only person I had, but I think he could do it.
I'm into that. I like that.
So could you watch and enjoy this one now in 2026?
Yeah, I mean, you can watch it.
Can you? Where's it streaming?
Yeah, dude, it's fine. It's not bad. It's just weird. It doesn't make a ton of sense. It doesn't have a lot of doesn't really have a through line. It doesn't have like a consistent.
It's not a quote Jim Carrey movie either, is right. What most people think of when they think of Jim Carrey.
Yeah, for sure. But it is still available. It's out there. You can rent it.
I didn't rent it. I watched it without renting it.
Yeah. Cool, man. Anything else?
No, I don't think so. What's
we
next?
We didn't talk about what's next, but I was kind of feeling like a little palate cleanser. How you feel about the Birdcage?
Oh, how do I? I freaking love the Birdcage. I cannot wait.
Yeah, me too, man. I'm down for just like a regular old comedy, and then we had like 35 movies we wanted to do for this year, and we only get to 26, so we got some tough choices. But I think that's a good one to go to next.
Yeah, we can maybe skip over Chain Reaction.
Yeah, maybe we might not need to do that one. Who knows? Yeah. All right, man. Sounds good.
Yeah. Bye con Dios.
Bye con Dios.
Thanks for listening to Movie Life Crisis. Please subscribe, rate, and review, and remember, don't drive angry.